Hello, this is Wicked Googly, and we're here for another piece of Baldur's Gate Enhanced
What would you
Edition.
have me do? Very well.
We just finished last time this little chunk of land over here, and there's below the temple some kind of a void here, so we're just gonna head straight down to Ulcaster and begin exploring around.
Very
Let's
well.
see, where did they stick? Right in the middle again. Got a cliff here. I'll arm my bow. Got some skeletons. Even though I know that arrow is pretty worthless against a skeleton, I just wanted to use it up. I just got hit by a skeleton, and it only rolled an 18 to do so. That's because I'm walking around in my robes. Should have done a quick character check to what's going on with my character. Skeletons drop nothing, so let's put that around real quick. Load up some arrows here. Okay, and do a quick review of the character. We're a level 6 fighter, level 6 mage, level 7 thief. The next thing to level up would be the mage, and we've got about 6,134 XP to go. So it's about 18,000 because it'll be whatever XP we get will be divided by 3. Um, that's about 18 monsters or 19 monsters that will give it 1,000 XP apiece. In the last map we did, the majority of things were giving like 35 or so. Wolves and hobgoblins and other cheap things. I really don't remember what's on this map too much. So far all we've been finding skeletons. They don't give too much. Oh, but they sure hit a lot. Thank goodness. Okay, we've got a lot of skeletons here. Let's I'm already getting hit more than I want from skeletons. Let's put that shield on. Oh, got hit again. Goodness. Jeez. I mean, they have some huge minuses to hit me. -9, -8, -3. Man, they're just rolling like crazy. I don't have any heal spells left. In any shape or form, either ability or magic. Each one of these skeletons is only giving 65 XP, so it's really sad and really pathetic that I got failed on this.
All right.
Rather pathetic. So none of these skeletons are really going to have anything. They never do. I will go through and pick at the ones that have arrows. Stock up on my arrows a little bit. Arrows just do disappear really fast, normally. Off. Bow back on. And I will take one potion just in case. I don't want to get shot and killed in one hit. And there's a guy standing over here. Looks like either a dwarf or a halfling in rogue or possibly bard gear.
Folk to be wandering round here.
Wayfarers, wait up a moment. I wish to have a word with you. Are adventurers, are you not? Yes, we're adventurers. Why should you care? Or not? I am an adventurer. That's good then, you see. I'm an adventurer of sorts. Of course, I'm not very fond of battle. I like to pilfer objects from ruins and monsters' lairs, and I try my best to avoid getting hurt. Anyways, I have something that might interest you. I have a gem in my possession, a magical gem. I have no use for it, and I can't let the price I'm looking for, and I can't get the price I'm looking for from anyone I've met. Would you perhaps be interested? Sure, what's the price? Tell us what it does. Of course, it's a gem of truth seeing. It allows you to see the truth in all things. So do you want it? I'm selling it for 1,000 gold. No more, no less. How's about selling it for less than 1,000? Sorry, it's a little too pricey for us. Sure, we'll take it. So I can tell you a gem of truth seeing is way more than 1,000. And he's a rogue of some sort. So I have a feeling it's a lie, and it could be anything. Could be cursed. So let's see if I can get a discount. I can't sell it for less than 1,000 gold. Can't afford it. Guess it's goodbye. Yeah, I'm not paying 1,000 for what's obviously either non-magical or cursed or something like that. Too bad that you couldn't see the obvious value of this gem. Guess I'll be on my way. Now, he is a rogue, so it's possible I won't lose any reputation from just attacking him. And then we'll find out what the gem was. Gained 7 XP. My reputation was not hurt. Looks like a non-magical gem. I'll have to remember when I go to sell it what it's really worth. I probably, being a good character, shouldn't have killed him, but I regard him as a criminal who's trying to swindle me. Most likely he stole it from someone in the first place and was just trying to get it off his person where he was caught. My game seems to be running slow again today. It is possible that my game has reset to the original settings for some reason. Updates and stuff today. Possible. I would have really liked to have a blunt weapon to fight skeletons with. Kill them probably in one hit instead of two. Seem to be running into so many of them. That's a hobgoblin elite. Probably should put my shield on and run up there and hit him. Because if it actually hit me with one of those arrows, I'd probably be poisoned. Collecting arrows faster than I'm shooting them. That's somewhat of a good thing, but it's also a bad thing if my inventory gets full. I can't pick up the things that matter. I don't really remember much about the Ulcaster map, but I have gone through quite a few skeletons. I would have liked to have a blunt weapon. If I was a fighter, I probably would have at least 1 point in my blunt weapon proficiencies, just for the sole purpose of switching fight skeletons. Because traditionally, the damage that skeletons reduce for things like swords and arrows, half damage. So even if you do 10 or 11 points of damage, it's going to round down to 5. Pretty bad. But just as a mage thief in part. Just don't have the weapon slots. A lot of map walking without running it. Hope that doesn't mean I'm gonna be all kinds of backtracking. I don't know about these. Got a kobold. Old commando shooting the fire arrows. Please kill him before he wastes all the fire arrows because I want some. Okay. So no matter how many arrows it shoots, it only gave me 2. I'm back. I am running out of room, sadly, again. After Aldcaster, we'll head back up to nearest city, sell off our stuff again. So it came all the way up here for absolutely nothing, just to kill a kobold. Didn't even give me a view. This is obviously lower elevation. You'd think I'd be able to see down over it, but they won't let me see what's down there. Very odd. That being said earlier about the blunt weapons, I was saving it up for fighting skeletons. Not a whole lot of skeleton type creatures in the game that I need a blunt weapon for. There's skeletons, skeleton champion. That's it. There's not even like elite skeleton or better equipped skeletons. Just have skeletons that throw darts, skeletons that shoot bow and arrows, skeletons that have halberds. That's about all the variation you get. So we'll have to backtrack once again. Get up this cliff. A scroll of color spray. Nice. We'll probably never use it. It is nice that when you go to your inventory page, it doesn't unpause it. A lot of hobgoblins here. Of course, the hobgoblin over there who's shooting the bow is elite, so his arrows are probably poison. Really can't afford to get hit by one of those. Better hurry up and kill him. Nothing. Lots of arrows. Come on. Gotta leave 10 arrows behind. Okay. Cool. Another 18 arrows I have to. And there's a random guy walking out here. There was just hobgoblins 2 steps away from you, buddy. That's a real risky.
What you want?
Wilco. Would have been funnier if his name was Roger Wilco. Let's get through to I must. Baldur's Gate demands a stop of to the raids of its merchant caravans. I deliver messages quick and true, but when last I heard, was requesting the same of Baldur's Gate. Someone is certainly confused somewhere, but it is not my business to think. Must run. So we've got another message runner. He's, I think, the third one we've come across. So interesting. Is demanding a stop. A lot of the game makes hints that people are suspecting that is responsible for all the bandits and stuff like that. All their ails are coming from but you already know that it's bandits and stuff. And I think at this point we've learned that it's not behind it, but it's possible we don't know that yet. Maybe it is behind it. I can't quite remember. I know it's Sarevok and Iron Throne that are behind it. I don't know if they were trying to put the blame on because they wanted to go to war. Don't remember quite what the reason. That seems like the logical way that the game is going. Kobold. I don't see any bows. That's something. Gloves. Ah. Cooking fingers. I'll probably switch to those 2 fire arrows after this fight. Just to hurry up and use them up. I can free up the inventory spot. I have plenty of other magical arrows, so no real reason to save the fire ones for bag. We're exploring. So far, this seems like it's been a relatively map. Hobgoblins and kobolds and skeletons so far. But all the maps surrounding it have had quite a fair share of difficult monsters. I'm not quite sure why that is. Why you would put an easy map surrounded by a bunch of hard ones. Unless there's something in this map that is actually hard, and the easy monsters surrounding it are just to make sure you don't get too trashed up before you run into the interesting fight. Hobgoblin with a bow. Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably more of them. Word.
Forward march! Forward march!
Hobgoblin. Got a necklace. Got ring. And chill touch. Or arrow. If I come across those other hobgoblin bodies, I could pick up the 18 arrows and the 10 arrows that I left behind, but I really don't care that much to go wandering looking for them. One more that like a ramp, small pathway up the cliff. Any caves on any of the cliffs? It's really weird. I mean, they didn't just, this isn't just a random terrain. It actually has a name called Oldcaster. And the picture looks like a bunch of ruins. But I haven't seen any ruins yet. I don't know why this map would be given a name. So there better be something interesting about this. I really don't understand. Ooh, what are these? What do we have here? Zombies. Yeah, zombies are not scary. They're even easier than skeletons. And they have nothing. But we do have the ruins, so at least the icon of the map is legitimate. Expected to be a little more zombies. Skeletons, perhaps I'll come across a ghoul or a ghast. Go around the outside of the room first. I need to run or backtrack a little. Try and kite something. Don't want to run into anything that's out here on the outside edge. And it'll also give you an idea of how big it is and what the best search pattern might be. Add. Remember, really awful. It'd probably be the tip. Okay, so we have our first skeleton warrior. Halt wraith and reveal thy nature. You'll taste the flesh over my dead body. Wait a minute. So it says which his name is Igarid, Chard. Flesh here, enough to make me whole again. Halt wraith, reveal thy nature. Taste flesh over my dead body. Wait a minute. Reveal thy nature. Oh boy, let's do it. I am a Chard, greatest of warriors. I wish to live and taste blood once more. Yours shall be the first in 100 years. Okay, it is a skeleton of some sort, unless it's actually a wraith. Chard. Well, let's assume it's a wraith, even though I don't remember fighting wraiths in the game. And if that's the case, I will want to use magical arrows. Or even possibly the wand of magic missiles. Did pretty significantly good damage to it. Hide him around. I'm very low on health. Missed. Really don't want to go toe to toe with it. I could be doing something really dumb, wandering into skeletons or something. Okay, well, I think now's the time to switch to the shield. I still haven't found a +1 shield yet. My sword should be plenty magical enough to hurt it if it's Wraith. But I want to take one more potion because I have an expectation that this thing's going to do a lot of damage. Got a +5 to hit. So yeah, I expect him to be hitting me a few times at least. Okay, but he didn't get a chance. He died right away. So 950 XP. That's good. Ditch some arrows so that we can pick up this magical +1 flail. Put the bow back on. Just normal. More zombies. Cool. Good thing I decided to stop where I stopped. But I have been having to fight everybody at once. But honestly, there's not like flanking bonuses or anything in the game, so being surrounded, the only effect that really has is that there's just more guys on you. Oh, we got a ghoul. Oh, it's a ghast even. That I will have to kite. I don't want to get close to it. Enough. Walking. Shoot. And there we go. And an unimportant scroll that doesn't matter. Some exploring. It's interesting that all I found is a ghast and some zombies in the bar. Ullcaster's looks like a plaque on the ground. Actually read it. So there is some stairs down. There's a dungeon down there. And we've got some kind of spirit to talk to. Ullcaster, the best of schools. That's all you gotta say? The storehouse of arcane knowledge. Lost, all lost. Common dungeon now. All for knowledge did we strive, nothing left. Hope would return with the retrieval of the simplest of tones, beneath the rubble, on the lowest floors. Return hope. History is so important. Okay, so we've got a quest. Bring up a tome. I hope that's not one of the tomes that up your stats. Talking about, because I will not hand that over. That is the case. There was a thing that you used to be able to do. I'm sure you could probably still do it, is once you've beat the game and it gives you a save file of your current character after you've read one of each of all the books, you could start the game again as a brand new game, but but load your already level 8 character. And you could go find the books again and keep upping your character stats. I've never actually tried it. But I always thought it was a very interesting idea to do, because then you could enter Baldur's Gate 2, still at level 8 because there was a level cap, but you would just have some godly insane stats without having to actually hack the game to change your stats. So now the question, I've only got one thing that I'm willing to drop and throw on the ground. That's these 80 arrows, 70. So I'll come back here to Elcaster to do the dungeon. But I want to make sure I have a clear enough inventory so that I can pick up all the good things that I want. Let's go sell this stuff off first. Not tired, we don't need to rest, we don't need to take a night in the inn. I'll continue wandering around with my damage.
All right, all right.
I want to clear up some.
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more than me competition.
Got some items identified. Now let's sell. Sell the adventurer's robes. Girdle of Ernst. So it gives you AC versus slashing. That is pretty nice for later when you go to fight Sarevok, I think. That would be extra nice to have rather than the belt that does the AC against piercing. Not quite sure I want to sell that off yet. Shadow armor. 4 versus slashing through. Hidden shadows is only plus 15%. That's really not as amazing as you would want it to be. So, that's all we have to sell, I suppose. Sell some gems, okay, so we can sell the gems. I never remember who will accept gems or not. So this gem that we killed somebody over, worth 2 gold pieces. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. I can only imagine if we had paid 1,000 for it. So unless there's something just amazingly magical about that gem that I wasn't able to detect, don't feel bad about ditching.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must
Waylaid.
defend yourself.
Your life ends here.
Now the smarter thing to do here would be put up my shield, charge these guys, fight them that way.
Your life.
Yeah, there goes the 20. Wasn't poisoned. Weren't elite.
Yes, you insist.
That's something. Have lots of inventory space now. Okay. If it really comes down to it, I can always drop the arrows later. don't even understand why. Something like a hobgoblin. So my armor class is -3. But I have an extra -2 versus slashing and an extra 0 versus. So the belt ups this by 3, meaning my AC drops to -6 against arrows. If I take this belt off, it just remains at -3. Put the slashing on, it jumps from -5 to -8. So if there's something really, really nasty that's slashing, I can consider changing the belts. And there was a belt earlier that was +3 or possibly +4 against blunt. And I think we already found it and I sold it away. There's not a lot of monsters that use blunt. I mean, I say that as I'm right here fighting a monster that uses. But the monsters that do use blunt seem to be low-level cheap things. I can't think of a high-level monster.
I am so
Of course, now I'm tired.
weary.
I'll probably take a nap right before I walk into the Ulcaster dungeon. Ulcaster or Ulster? Ulcaster. I've probably been calling it Ulster. Sounding dumb. I can't really think of too many high-level monsters that use blunt. I have ogre mages. I mean, most of the really strong, nasty monsters that you don't want to fight are spellcasters. And a wizard, if it's just an NPC wizard or some kind of villain wizard, after they shoot all their spells, if they survive to that point, they'll be swinging a staff or a dagger. If it's a staff in the hands of a wizard, really not that scared because wizards hand to hand will have a really low chance of hitting. Monsters that are wizards we've run across so far is just the ogre mages, and they use a sword. Okay, so spells for the day. I'm still pretty happy with the spells, so let's just take a quick nap. Of course, I was attacked by zombies. Used to let me have a good night's sleep. Wonder how long I actually got to sleep before I was interrupted.
Your life ends here. Your life ends here.
Die, zombie. Okay. Try this again. Zombies again. Perhaps I should be taking refuge inside the ruins. A bit more. Fight the zombies some. Right. Oh, now we got a room full of kobolds.
Your life
Amazing.
ends here.
Of course, because I'm tired and sleepy. attacking so good. Alright, one kobold. I'm tempted to go down in the dungeon and it'll let me sleep one step into the dungeon. I won't run into some monsters. Alright, one more. Okay, successfully rested for 8 hours. A single heal. And then we will head on down. But we'll save that for another time. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.